I call this meeting to order. We will begin with the invocation by Councilman Tabor and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Rubin.
Lord, we ask that you just bless this meeting, Father God. You give us the wisdom, the knowledge we need to proceed for the parish, Father God. And we ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Tabor and Rubin. We welcome you to the Lafayette Parish Council meeting. As presiding officer and chair, I would like to announce the following. This is a public hearing. To address the council on any item on this agenda, please fill out the speaker form to submit your information to the clerk prior to the call of the agenda item, or you will not be given the opportunity to speak again prior to the call of the agenda. Staff assistance is available if needed. Items for submission to the council should be handed to Council Clerk Ms. Veronica Williams, seated to my left. When addressing the council, state your name and title for the official record. The 3-minute rule is in effect. The 3-minute rule is in effect. No debating or confrontational statements will be allowed. The front row to my left is for media only. Food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium. Please silence all phones and electronic devices at this time. Meeting procedures are by resolution and not Robert's Rules of Order. All documents with reference to meetings can be found on the LCG website. And finally, the council encourages your involvement in boards or commissions. If interested, call 291-8800. A couple of chair announcements at this time. Absent this evening is Kevin Nakant, District 2, who is unable to attend tonight's meeting. I would like to wish a happy Professional Municipal Clerks Week to Council Clerk Veronica Williams. Professional Municipal Clerks Week is celebrated during the first full week of May and is aimed at increasing the public's awareness of municipal clerks and the vital services they provide for local government and our community. And to add to that recognition, it is certainly always a pleasure to recognize one among us who has been duly recognized by her peers. Veronica Williams recently, our council clerk, was selected to serve as Public Relations Officer for the Louisiana Municipal Clerks Association. And the good news continues in that Lafayette was selected as the host city for the 2022 convention site. So congratulations, V. We are all behind you, and the best of luck in your new role.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mayor, President, and all the citizens of Lafayette, I'm really just so proud to make this next announcement. And I'm certain it's old news at this point, but it's great that we had 2 major announcements yesterday by SafeSource. The development of 2 new manufacturing facilities for personal protective equipment in the Broussard area. This announcement, along with the previous announcement by Amazon in Carencro, our economy certainly is given a big booster shot as a result of these new developments. And so we're very proud of all those who have engaged the leadership that it took to bring this to the Lafayette, greater Lafayette area. And again, just a very resilient community that we have. We are one, and I'm proud to make the announcement here officially that these enterprises are going to be in our greater areas. So congratulations and thanks for the leadership and to all those who played a part in bringing these businesses to our area. And that concludes my announcements. Council announcements. Oh, don't see any. You feeling okay tonight? Okay, then, Mr. Mayor President, we turn to you and for any announcement that you have at this point.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and to everyone who took the time to join us. It is very pleasing to see such a big crowd. We don't always get that, especially at the earlier meetings. So for everybody that took the time to be with us, whether you're filling out a blue card on a specific agenda item or waiting for what we call open mic, where it's an item off the agenda item or the agenda, just know that it's very appreciated. Without your feedback, we as elected officials wouldn't be as in touch as we should be. So just know how much we appreciate that and that it's never taken for granted. So thank you. Also, Madam Clerk, I also share in the chair's congratulations, and we're appreciative. I'm really appreciative of the coffee that you put back there, but I know that your work, that is nothing from what you do on a day-to-day basis, especially your staff, and you guys are always just professional and there when we need you. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. All right. Only other announcement outside the executive report is had a great weekend. Some of you guys may have been out there at Brown Park to announce the first ever Greater Lafayette Little League. We had over 700 kids, both softball and baseball, sign up. That was huge. I'm very excited about the improvements that were made to Brown Park, the park over in Karen Crow, and a few other parks that we had on the list. But I will tell you, if you've been out there recently, just know that that is only the beginning. Very proud of Hollis Conway and the director and all the staff and the hardworking maintenance personnel that we have. We do live in a very blessed community, and it's in that department, Parks and Recreation, we say this all the time, it's the only department that we have that the success, or maybe not so much success, really depends on the community at large. And I was very, very motivated to see how many people volunteer, not only our firemen and our police officers, but just the volunteers to go out there and coach these young warriors, these softball players and baseball players. It's very heartwarming, and it doesn't go unnoticed. In addition to Little League, we do have pony leagues that have been in existence for quite some time, in addition to the already existent Lafayette Little League. So that's a lot of sports being played post-COVID, and we're very excited about that, but could not do it without the community. So thank you so much. Mr. Chair, we have the budget to actual comparison of major parish funds for March 2021 preliminary. Not seeing any questions of the council. All right, we have also a very special person to Lafayette, Ms. D, and I don't have to give you too much of recognition or introduction because I know that you're going to introduce these three wonderful schools and probably have a little bit to say, but as you are walking up, we're going to recognize the Cleanest School Contest winners, and we have some certificates, and we're just thankful for all that you do.
We really appreciate it. The Cleanest School Contest is a lead-up to the Cleanest City Contest. I'm a past president of Lafayette Garden Club and chairman of the Joint Committee of Lafayette Garden Club and the City of Lafayette, the Cleanest City Committee, and they're coming Thursday. Mow your yards, clean your yards. If you don't have a yard, go buy one. Get somebody else's. Clean up the town. The judges are coming. We worked all day on the 27th, and it was difficult because some of the schools were so close, it was just a fraction of a point different. But the cleanest elementary school in the parish is Dusson Elementary, and accepting is the head custodian, Greg Oribo, and Principal Connie Price-Fontenot.
All right. You want to call all three and then we'll take a picture?
Oh, yeah, and the middle school winner is Lafayette Middle School. Principal is Tia Trahan. And the high school winner is Como High School, my children's alma mater. Ms. Renee White is the principal. If you'll come up, the mayor has some certificates
And I
for
have
you.
my head custodian here also, Rain Solstein.
Oh.
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. Josh.
Y'all can go right up front.
Come
Look,
closer.
Craig.
Come close to him, man. Take your mask off.
Y'all get the back.
Maybe, well.
It's Mr. Randy, my head custodian. There you go.
Show your face. Show your face. Show your face, man. Come on. We're in. We're waiting.
Tell you what, let's scoot over here so we can get these guys in. Y'all mind scooting over here?
Get in tight.
Perfect, let's do it. There we go.
I think Como is the best school.
All right, all right. Behave yourself.
And I forgot to tell you, not only do these schools
we introduced.
Excuse me. Not only do these schools get a recognition from the mayor, they get a monetary award from VPBA as well as Matt Stoller with Parish Proud. So it pays to clean up.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Oh,
My garden club members are back there.
yeah, could have came in the picture. Y'all could have come in the picture. Well, thank you, Ms. D, the Garden Club. Appreciate all that you do for our wonderful city and parish. And thank you to our contestant winners and all the schools that participated. No one loses in those efforts, so thank you. Also, Mr. Chair, we have one other item. Councilman Tabor did a really good job, and all our councilmen do a good job of connecting with their constituents. But he brought up several questions to our Public Works Department, brought us in. We had a meeting, talked some issues through over the phone. And some of our residents may be from the Baquet Road area, I'm not sure. Good deal. Go. How many? All right, just a few. Just a few. Now, look, this is good. Hey, this is why we have this, okay? So we do have our director, Chad Naveau, if you can make your way up here. So Chad's going to give a little update. We did have some things. It was good timing. We had a few things scheduled, but because of the councilman bringing it up to our attention, he was able to reevaluate. I think you went out there again today, if I'm not mistaken. So there are some updates, and I just want to again reiterate, everybody here, everybody looking out on TV, watching in, tuning in later, this is part of the process, and we do we work hard to make sure it's objective, and we have lists and all that, but nothing beats human intelligence, the human intel. So making those calls and getting us out there to evaluate, it does help. So thank you. Hand it over to Chad.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Councilman. So yes, I did get to go visit Baquet Road, and of course, most
Chad,
people
excuse
here-
me.
Excuse
Get that mic closer to
Sure,
you.
okay. I think everyone here knows we're getting ready to do a project. It's a maintenance project where we're going to do an overlay and reconstruct the road base. And a lot of questions came up recently about widening the road, making it safer. And so I went out and looked at it myself, and we did see some areas of concern near the little bridge south of Louverteau Road. It's very narrow, and obviously I even witnessed a car coming one direction, stopping to allow another car to go across. I mean, that's obviously not something that anyone would desire driving down a two-lane road. So I'm here to tell you that we do want to make it safer, make it more comfortable, and we're not going to do the project without trying to get at least 18 feet of pavement, which is probably a little more than what is there now in some areas, particularly by the bridge. So we're going to change the culvert on the bridge. It's a drainage problem as much as it is a traffic issue because it's rusted out and it meets all the criteria. And we certainly would want to do that before we invest a lot of money putting a repaired road surface. So we're definitely going to do that, and we're going to address some of the shoulder issues because as much as I can tell you just a general knowledge, a lot of those roads in that area are 18 or maybe even less. We've recently overlaid many of those roads. We've been working more to the north and east, and now we're getting to Baquet Road. So what we're doing there is not any different than what we're doing on those other roads in the area, but we do acknowledge that there are some shoulder issues that I can see where it might be perceived as unsafe. And of course, crossing the bridge is certainly a concern of ours. So to answer your question, about when we're doing it, June 3rd, we're bidding the project. There's about 15 roads included in the project, and of course, the contractor works through those roads one at a time. It takes about 6 months to get through that amount of work, and I'm going to push this one to the end of the list so that we can do the prep work, whether it's doing some drainage work, improving some shoulders where we have those limited road widths, and we'll put the road in a position to be, at best, meet the minimum required widths, I'm sure, which was maybe established back in the day when the road was built. And I think it's over time, in some areas, the erosion has kind of eaten away at the edges of the road. So we're gonna repair that in those real sensitive areas.
All right.
Mr. Tabor, you have a question?
Yeah, Chad, well, thank you for all you did on the project and getting it going. So you're saying pretty much we're going to be at 18 the whole way. Now, that's new to me about the bridge. When we went out the other day, last week, and looked at it, we had a few honks. I don't know if they were telling us to get off the road or you're just appreciative of out there. But anyway, so we are changing that culvert that all rusted out? Okay, that's...
Yeah, I got with the drainage department, and these guys are going to work with the public works department, and we're going to work
Because
together.
that was one of the big bottlenecks was those handrails,
That's
those
right.
railings on there, and that's going to be widened.
That's correct. We're going to add, the pipe we've installed is going to be a little longer, and in some cases, we can even remove guardrails. If you get the clear distance, and it is a traffic engineering question, that's going to be looked at, and if possible, I'd like to get rid of the guardrails. But again, it has to extend out far
Right. You
enough
got
to be safe.
And again, to me, that was the worst, when we look at that was the worst spot right there with that bridge. And,
It is.
Matter of fact, one of the neighbors came out and just said, almost every day there was a mirror being knocked off right there. So hopefully we're going to get that issue solved and widen up. Like you said, most of them are 18 foot out there, the roads now. So it just looks bottlenecked down when you go through that area. So again, thank you, and thank you for Public Works. Mayor, President, thank you.
Thank you.
Chad, is the weight load on that bridge, is that an issue at all? Or with the new culverts, will it sustain what we need in terms of the weight?
It's going to be posted, I'm sure, if there's not any signs out there now.
You see what they have now? Yeah.
We're going to post whatever the rating is for the road. We're going to have that probably posted.
I guess where I'm going with it, I know we've got to get emergency vehicles, especially those big, heavy fire trucks.
Yeah.
And certainly it will accommodate that weight of that truck.
I would assume it's been like that for 25 years, so we haven't had any problems. But and under the condition that the culvert is in now, we want to change it out, even though I know it's backfilled with Fieldcrete to give it a lot of structural, capacity, but it's rusting at the bottom, which is not really good because of the potential for erosion and things like that. So it needs to be changed, and we'll certainly post the road for the proper bridge rating.
And I appreciate that, and I think probably the current condition, we are jeopardizing the traversing of that with some of the heavy equipment. So it's good that we are going to upgrade the piping and make it a safer passage.
It's going to be an improvement to what we have now.
Good.
To answer your
Appreciate
question.
it. Okay. Thank you, Chad.
Good.
Again, I'd like to address everyone out there that came to speak. You're welcome to stay and speak, but we are working on it, and as you just heard, and again, you're welcome to stay and speak, but we are listening. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for allowing us that time. And again, thank you to everyone that took the time to call their councilman and also to join us here today. That's all I have, Mr. Chair. Thank you for allowing the time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Ordinances for final adoption. This is a public hearing, and speaker sheets are available, excuse me, for anyone wishing to address the council. The 3-minute rule does apply. Cindy, please read.
Parish Ordinance 14-2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 2021 operating budget and adjusting the amending tables of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of the Animal Shelter Fund prior year fund balance in the amount of $901 to delete 1 receptionist position and 1 clerk 2 position in the Animal Shelter and Care Center Division of the Office of the CAO.
Need a motion? Second.
Motion.
It has been moved by Councilman Tabor, seconded by Councilman Rubin. Any council discussion? Not hearing any. I turn to you, Ms. Williams. Any public comment?
No, sir.
Let's vote.
District 1,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5? The motion to adopt is approved. Parish Ordinance 15, 2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council declaring the Cooley Grange Ile-de-Con Flood Control Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way and movable property and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary.
Motion and second. Been moved by Councilman Tabor, seconded by Councilman Rubin. Any council discussion? Not hearing any. Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Let's vote.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1? The motion to adopt is approved. Parish Ordinance 16, 2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council declaring the Cooley Mine East Flood Control Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary.
Need a motion second? Been moved by Councilman Tabor, seconded by Councilman Carlson. Any council discussion? Not hearing any. We turn to Ms. Williams, public comment.
No, sir.
Let's vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Parish Ordinance 17, 2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council declaring the Oak Springs Flood Control Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary.
Need a motion second. Been moved by Councilman Tabor, seconded by Councilman Carlson. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call for the vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Parish Ordinance 18, 2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to enter into an intergovernmental agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government and the City of Youngsville concerning the surface improvements to Decon Road.
Need a motion second. Been moved by Councilman Carlson, seconded by Councilman Tabor. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call for the vote.
District 1?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved.
Joint ordinances for final adoption. This is a public hearing, and speaker sheets are available for anyone wishing to address the council. Again, the 3-minute rule does apply. Ms. Cindy, please read.
Joint Ordinance 18, 2021, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council, amending the fiscal year 2021 operating budget and the capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of fund balance in Fund 550 in the amount of $175,000 and appropriating within the Public Works Department, Environmental Quality Division to replace a front-end loader.
Need a motion second. Moved by Councilman Carlson, seconded by Councilman Tabor. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call for the vote.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Yes. District 1? Yes. The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 19, 2021, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council, authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement between the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government, the Louisiana Department of Treasury, and the State of Louisiana concerning Act 45 of 2020, Second Extraordinary Legislative Session of the Louisiana Legislature, and amending the fiscal year 2021 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Consolidated Government by increasing reimbursement revenues from the State of Louisiana Department of Treasury in the amount of $500,000 and appropriating within the Public Works Department for road infrastructure improvement projects.
Need a motion second? Moved by Councilman Carlson, seconded by Councilman Tabor. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call for the vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1, District 3.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 20-2021, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council suspending until October 1st, 2021, the enforcement provisions associated with the requirement that Class A restaurant conditional permit holders comply with certain provisions of Chapter 6, Article 1, Section 6-1 of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government Code of Ordinances.
Need a motion second? Been moved by Councilman Rubin, seconded by Councilman Tabor motion, seconded by Councilman Carlson. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Call for the vote.
District 5,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
The motion to adopt is approved.
Announcement of vacancies on boards, commissions. Cindy, please read.
A vacancy exists on the Lafayette WATERWORKS District South Board as of June 1st, 2021. This is a one-year term. Applicants must be district residents. Individuals wishing to submit a resume for the above volunteer vacancy must be a registered voter and a resident of Lafayette Parish. Yearly ethics training for all appointees is required as its financial disclosure under certain circumstances. Resumes are to be forwarded to Veronica L. Williams, Clerk of the Council, P.O. Box 4017-C, Lafayette, Louisiana 70502, or email to bclafayette@lafayettela.gov no later than noon Tuesday, May 18th, 2021, with appointments to be made at the June 1st, 2021 regular meeting of the Lafayette Parish Council. Resume submissions are public record.
Appointment by council members, mayor, president, and other direct appointing authorities. Cindy, please read.
Area mayors appointed Chad Hanks to the Lafayette Economic Development Authority for a 4-year term, effective September 1st, 2020. Area mayors appointed Chris John to the Emergency Medical Services Advisory Board for a 4-year term, effective March 1st, 2021.
Thank you and congratulations. Introductory ordinance. Cindy, please read.
Parish Ordinance 2020.
I'm sorry, hold it. I jumped the gun. I need a motion and second from the council to introduce the ordinances, items 16 through 18 in globo. Been moved by Councilman Carlson, seconded by Councilman Tabor. I'm sorry, Rubin. You got it right? Y'all are too soft over there.
Who made the second? Which one?
Tabor, Councilman Tabor. Rubin.
Reuben, okay.
Come on, guys, speak up speak up so I can hear you.
Thank you.
Okay, Cindy, please read now.
Parish Ordinance 20-2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 2021 operating budget and capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $4,850,000 from council reserve and appropriating within the Public Works Department Capital Improvements Division for additional funding needed for new drainage projects. Parish Ordinance 2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council declaring the Hapsburg Lane Bridge Replacement Project a public necessity and authorizing the acquisition of the necessary rights-of-way, immovable property, and other property rights requisite to the construction of said project, either on an amicable basis or through the use of the expropriation process if necessary. Parish Ordinance 22-2021, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council declaring the building or structure located at 2227 Carmel Drive, Lafayette, Louisiana, owned by Antoine Albert and Lula Mae Castile, care of Gerald J. Block, attorney appointed, to be dilapidated and dangerous to the public welfare, and ordering the condemnation of same.
Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Then I call for the vote to introduce in globo items 16 through 18.
District 1,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
The motion to introduce in globo is approved.
comments from the public, comments from the public on any matter that is not on the agenda. This is a time to speak about topics relative to the parish of Lafayette that are not included on the agenda. No debating, confrontational statements, or personal attacks will be allowed. Please, let's keep it professional. For efficiency and to allow everyone the opportunity to speak, questions should be submitted in writing to the clerk of the council, Ms. Williams. We have others who are wanting to speak tonight, so you are reminded that we do have a 3-minute rule that is in effect. Ms. Williams, the first speaker, please.
Mr. Chair, we do have 3 speakers tonight, the first of which is Travis Taylor, and he will be followed by Gus Barra. You could speak at the microphone. Thank you.
So we'll get cued. So, again, my name's Travis Taylor, and again, I tried to script this a little bit, so hopefully I'll be there. So I've owned property in several locations in Lafayette and Lafayette Parish, including property on Brockay Road. So next slide. So this is the intent, to voice concern about the current conditions on Brockay Road. It's pretty obvious. Not to complain, but to better understand the challenges that you guys have. And in fact, I'm sorry I didn't address, thanks to the council and the mayor for allowing the opportunity. So to understand better the challenges that you guys face, and then to reach resolution, or at least understand the resolution as it meets the standards in the municipal code. And that's important. And so I sent questions ahead of time, next slide, just to better understand and prepare. So I spent the last 25 years of my professional career understanding and interpreting federal, state, and local regulation, and it's difficult. And nobody that has that resource typically understands it completely. So I get where we are. So we got the answer to these questions about 10 minutes before we came in. Thanks to Joseph for providing that. Outstanding response from him, by the way. But it's clear that they meet expectation. They're difficult to understand, and it's not all in there. So just next slide. So this is a basic private road in Lafayette that does meet the code. Next slide. Another road in Lafayette. It deviates from the code in that the code specifically requires us to be about 22 feet across. It's a little, so there's a deviation. There are some deviations. Next slide. However, Brockay Road, I took over 50 measurements. I took close to 100 using a steel tape going from the existing footprint as best described. And so in all those measurements, our best average was less than 15 feet. And again, in the response, that's 3 feet less than what's required by rural roads from DOTD. So that's a fair deviation. Next slide, please. You can see the result. A standard pickup truck, because that's what drives on those roads, exceeds the lane width. Next slide. 2 trucks, one of them is going to be off the road, and that's common. Next slide. So why is the road narrower than it's supposed to be? And that's a good, legitimate question. Next slide. Redundant, by the way. So road surface, next slide. Next slide. You can see how the road narrows. There's a trend on narrowing. And so as we go through this, next slide, that's the bridge and next bridge. So the erosion, we're talking about 8 inches from the road path. And the response I got was, when there's an incident, we respond to it. Let's don't respond, let's prevent. Let's get ahead of it. Thanks. I appreciate the opportunity.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good information. Ms. Williams, next speaker.
Next speaker, Gus Barra, and he will be followed by the final speaker, Lydia Romero.
Oh, okay.
I'll advance it for you. I want to thank this council for allowing us this opportunity, and especially Mr. Tabor for not only hearing us, but listening. On behalf, well, let me get back. I want to describe Brockade. Brockade is 1.6 miles long. It runs north-south, about a quarter mile to the west of University on the north end of Carencro. I have the same pictures, I think, as Travis, pretty much. First picture, please. Back. First picture, please. First picture you're looking at is our bridge. Like Travis said, like Mr. Tabor said, he observed the very thing that happens every day. We operate this bridge like a single-lane bridge. More mirrors have been lost in this bridge than they have on the north end of Carencro. There's been a lot of mirrors hit. Been people get out, got cussed. I had to go do a deposition at the post office. The mail lady hit some guy, and he was suing the post office. And all I did was say, we hit mirrors all the time. That's all we do. You see the pit in the road? Next one, please. Now, this rail, we have no idea what it does. I don't think it would stop anything from going in. It wouldn't veer any vehicles like the current rails are designed to do. It's just there. It's a feel-good thing. That's all it is. Next slide, please. This is, and I'm more on the south side from what Travis showed y'all. I'm on the south end of this conversation about the road. You can see right here on the left side, the road is falling into the ditch. That was our 18-foot wide road. Next slide, please. There's the right side. Look how close the ditch is. Next slide, please. Now, this is my tape measure. Can you pan in on that? I think you're going to see exactly what Travis was just saying. I put my tape measure across the road. Well, anyhow, let me just say this. That road, there you go, is 15.5 foot right there. My tape is on the other side of the asphalt on the last overlay. Next slide, please. This in here, I'm basically showing you that the original is 18 foot. That is ditch to ditch, 18 feet. Next one, please. Next slide. Right here, can you pan in on that? This is northbound on Brockade, turning onto Louverteau. Louverteau is our main street to get to University. As you can see, the narrow width of the roads right there, we have to operate this corner like a three-way stop. And you have to lay back this way quite a bit to allow people to turn in so you don't hit your fenders and all. That's a trail that probably went through there, but that road is badly scarred up. One gentleman in the house already went in the ditch right there.
Okay, sum it up, sir.
Oh.
It was pretty quick. Good job. I think we got the message.
But anyhow, what I did want to say that, and we didn't get to the ones that I really wanted to see. I wanted you to see the school buses, how wide they are compared to the road. And I have been behind, first time I ever wanted to be behind a school bus. But I've been behind them before where they intersected each other and the right rear wheel was clean off of the ground completely, because they were so close to the edge of the road. We need more than 18 feet. 18 feet is good if you have 2 feet of shoulder on each side. 20 foot would be perfect for us. But I've stood here once before asking for this. I would ask y'all to at least table any requests for any additional subdivisions back there. That was my original presentation some years ago.
Okay, so
before you can maybe perhaps consider doing it 20 foot.
we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Good points. Next speaker.
Final speaker, Lydia Romero.
Hello, my name is Lydia Romero. Set all my notes. All council members here are bound by oath of office and personal honor to support the Louisiana Constitution, which declares that the purpose of government is to preserve the rights of the individual for the good of the whole, that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property except by due process of law, and every person shall be secure in their person from invasions of privacy. The Constitution also makes clear no person shall be denied the right to observe the deliberations of public bodies except in cases established by law. And also to support the laws of the state of Louisiana, such as the Open Meetings Law, which states it is essential to the maintenance of a democratic society that public business be performed in an open and public manner, and that the citizens be advised of and aware of the performance of public officials and the deliberations and decisions that go into the making of public policy. And that every meeting of any public body shall be open to the public unless closed pursuant to certain statutory exceptions, such as executive sessions and during a gubernatorially declared disaster, with limited necessary functions permissible via electronic means. This is the first month in over a year that I've been in this auditorium and been able to personally observe and participate in my government with this council and the city council. And it's not for a lack of trying. It's because I've been personally excluded from open regular meetings of the parish council and city council for not surrendering my right to privacy or to liberty. I notified my district representative, Mr. Brian Tabor, of the violation to my rights and that required me to surrender my privacy to enter the building and attend council meetings. I also notified Mr. Tabor that this violates Louisiana open meetings laws. I also notified all city and parish council members of the violations, hoping someone would respond. No one did, until a few months later when Mr. Tabor forgot what my complaints were about and mentioned that to me. So then I resent everything I'd sent him before. This council has violated the Louisiana's Constitution by requiring individuals to surrender their constitutionally protected rights to liberty and privacy to enter open public meetings. This council has violated Louisiana's open meetings laws by denying individuals entry to open public meetings for not surrendering their constitutionally declared rights. During this time that I've been excluded from these meetings, you have raised my property taxes. You have changed the time that this council meeting begins. I came here a month ago. By the time I got here, the meeting was over. I came here with a sweat on my brow and the marks of my work on my arms and my face because I can't go home to get cleaned up. And 2 weeks ago, I came here.
Ms. Lydia, please sum up. Your time's up.
This council has violated our rights, and I want my 5 minutes back because while I was excluded from these meetings, you took away 40% of the time that I could speak to this council and address their violations of the law.
Thank you, Ms. Lydia.
No
Ms.
other
Williams,
speakers,
any
Mr.
other speakers?
No other speakers, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Mr. Rubin.
Thank you, Chair.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Chair. Can you hear me?
Yes. You're on.
Go ahead, you're on now.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. Appreciate you guys coming in from Cancro to voice your concern. One of the things that I want to address is we appreciate Joseph. Joseph, a lot of you guys, when y'all call into the council office, that's the voice that you're listening to right here, this young man right here. Even though I give him a hard time, but and I sweat it most of the time, but I think he's doing a great job. And for all of you guys that call in, I'm pretty sure you'll say the same thing too. You're always greeted no matter what kind of day he's having, no matter how much we're harassing him. He always stays professional, and he's always looking to try to find a solution to whatever problem that you guys are, or should I say situation that you're dealing with. He's always the first one to try to address it and give you an answer to it right then and there. So for that, Joseph, not only from them, but from the council as well, we'd like to thank you for your hard work, sir. Now, you can buy me lunch for saying that.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Councilman Tabor.
I just want to thank you all for coming out. The ones that had jump drives, if y'all want to make a copy, and I'll get
Joseph,
it.
did you
got
save
it?
it?
Got that,
Joseph
Joseph?
saved it to the laptop.
Okay, so we'll get that, and they'll be able to look at the pictures. Yes. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's why we'll finish it up. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you all again for coming out.
Any other items, council members, to come before the body? Meeting adjourned. Pete,